A little shoot here. Okay, that is zero grip in this weather. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm back at Änggårdsbergen, and if you watched the last video from Änggårdsbergen, you'll know why I'm back again. And basically, if you didn't know, my derailleur that was a little bit bent managed to bounce into my rear wheel, and that ended my day because broke like 4 or 5 spokes and yeah, completely messed up the rear wheel. But the good thing was that number one, I was gonna change that rear wheel anyways, and number two, my awesome sponsors at BCF managed to bail me out and fix it the same day. So now I have a DT Swiss E542 rear wheel instead. A new derailleur as well, because that also got messed up when it bounced into the rear wheel. So, but to be back on the bike the next day is so awesome, and I think from when it happened to when it was fixed, it was like 3 or 4 hours. So, and that includes me driving about an hour to Borås where they are located. So yeah, massive shout out once again to BCF for hooking me out or helping me out. But yeah, today I'm gonna try to ride more than 4.5 trails before before I quit. Like I said, I barely got to touch any of the trails yesterday, so there's so many more to check out. So we'll not ride any other trails that I did yesterday, simply because, yeah, like I said, there's so many trails that I want to check out that I haven't done. It's a whole lot colder today. Yesterday was 8 degrees and foggy. It's dropped massively during the night, and now it's 1 degree, and I don't know if you can see, but it's snowing a little bit. It was snowing a whole lot more before when I was driving, but since the ground is already wet, it hasn't like stayed on the ground. But good thing is that I don't think anything has like frozen yet, so I still think it will be like similar conditions to yesterday. So now no like frozen rocks and stuff. So, but yeah, I should yeah, I will walk up now and see what trails I find. Yeah, a really beautiful view to start off the day. I'm gonna start with a blue. It's a really long one called Piggsvinet. Translates to the porcupine. And by the looks of it, it's kind of like a trail of 2 halves. First off, it starts just riding like this rock face like for the first half, and then it kind of becomes more like wooden, pine forest, wet roots kind of stuff thing towards the bottom. So cool that it's kind of like differentiating, I think is the word. There's like so many different routes. So it's a little bit hard to know when you don't know the trail where to go at times. nice little ocean there. Definitely worth noting that there's a lot of climbing in this one that I will probably cut out, but just for your guys' information. So that you don't see my video and think that, oh, this is mainly like downhill, but yeah, I'm gonna cut out a lot of the climbing on this one because there's quite a lot of it. But yeah, now we're done with the rock face part, so to say. Now it's more the natural pick with a lot of wet roots. Yeah, sorry for the sudden stop. I just didn't expect to already be down, but apparently I am. And I mean, it had some really cool sections and some nice, like, flowy, more yeah, enduro-esque downhill sections that were fun, but it was a little bit, or like one too many climbs for me to really like it, because you like start to get into the flow and then you get hit by a massive climb. And yeah, a few too many of these, like climbs like once or twice is like fine if you get rewarded for it, but in this case I didn't quite think it was rewarding enough for the climbing that you did during the descent. So, but well, like I always say, you'd never know if you didn't try. So yeah, still happy I tried, and I'm not regretting it at all. So there is actually a descent here, pretty much where I ended the last trail. That leads to the next trail that I was planning to do, so I might as well do that and get all the way to the bottom. I think it was a red one, can't remember the name now, just on top of my head, but I'll be sure to add it in as per usual, so that you know the name in the video. Okay, this looks sketch. And these conditions, that was a little bit I was a little bit hesitant. But yeah, just let go of the brakes and trust that your front will find grip. If you start braking, you're pretty much done for there, I think. Okay, a little bit of a tree. This one doesn't seem as popular as the other ones because it's a bit like overgrown and a little bit more leaves on it there. Did the job at least in terms of like getting me to where I wanted, so I'll take it. Like the upper part, the lower part was a little bit too like muddy and yeah, a lot of wet leaves, but yeah, like I said, it was to get to the next trail, so happy I did it. Next trail is called Doggystyle, and it's a red one. Looks like a lot of fun, but looks extremely sleepy at the bottom. here is where it gets really slick. Okay, this is not a feature, this is just a fallen tree that... Okay, well, nice. I was a little bit scared that would happen, but... Yeah, I think I slid out on this. It was a stupid decision. Like, I walked up this and realized that, yeah, this looks really slick and tricky and slippy, and still I decided to do it. I should just realize sometimes, like, I don't have to do everything on a slippy day, so... Oh. Thankfully I think bike is fine. Yeah, looks like it. I think I'm fine. I took a bit of a, like, I think I hit the rock, like here. But, yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, glad I'm fine, but should not have done that at all today, to be honest. I should just have stopped beforehand. So, I'm at my next one now called Funduro, and this one I've also heard good things about, and it looks fun from the... This is one that I've seen on some videos as well. Looks once again a little bit wet and sketchy, but not as bad as the last one. And yeah, basically to talk about crashes for a little while, and like... yeah, sometimes I like to share a little bit of like insight. Like, crashes, they, don't get me wrong, they obviously happen, and obviously as well it is a very sketchy time to ride during the year now, where pretty much everything is wet and does not provide a whole lot of grip. But basically it's just like, I feel like I maybe should have been a little bit more careful with my decision making, especially when I'm riding on my own in these conditions. Yeah, in short, I feel like, like I said, crashes happen, and you should never be like afraid to crash. Obviously you want to avoid it, but yeah, you shouldn't like be petrified from it, because then you will probably just ride worse anyways. But yeah, just to talk about what I mean, I feel like I've been crashing a little bit too much for it to like... Yeah, if you have a crash every once in a while, it's just how it is, but I feel like I've crashed a little bit more than what I maybe like want or expect, so to say. I don't know how to explain it better. Basically, I feel like I've had a few too many crashes as of late, and I feel like part of it is just, not super good decision making, like trying to do some things or force some things that I don't feel fully comfortable doing, and then I feel like I kind of do it half-assed instead, and that's when the crashes happen. And yeah, I guess that's like the main thing, that yes, crashes happen, but I feel like I need to reel it back a little bit to like, yeah, I don't want to be out and feel like I'm crashing every single time that I'm out. Yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, obviously crashes will happen, like I said, it's just how it is, but maybe just reel it back a little bit in these conditions, and yeah, especially when I'm alone, because yeah, being by yourself is obviously a lot more sketchy if something happens, so it's that too. But yeah, that's that's that. So yeah, let's get into the actual trail now. Starts off pretty spicy right away with a little shoot here. so tricky to know what line to pick there. I did not get the right... Well, I wanted to go high, and I basically... Yeah, I wanted to go up all the way, but I kind of like ended here. I wanted to go there, but I'm gonna give it another go and try to get it a little bit better, because yeah, I should just be able to do it if I just hop over that route. That's like the main crux of it. There we go. Break this as well. That's what. I do not trust that bridge. I saw it when I walked up and it's basically just completely ruined. Okay, nice. The gift part of the trail was actually that little chute there where I got stuck on that route, but the rest of the trail felt fine. Should probably have gone a little bit faster on the drop, but yeah, first run and everything, but yeah, all in all a really good trail, and yeah, felt a lot better in the riding. So now I'm at the trail just next to Funduro, called Trenduro. So also a red one, should be pretty much the same kind of thing, I think. So let's hope so, because I did like Funduro. Not like that launcher. Okay, that is zero grip in this weather. Let's get right at the end. So I guess listening to my own advice of stopping if there's anything sketchy coming up did not happen. I just went for it. Luckily it worked out, but yeah, I wouldn't have blamed myself if I stopped there. I don't know if you can see, like, GoPro now makes it justice, but it is really steep and sketchy there with a turn and some wet roots, so did not feel fully confident going into it, but it actually felt fine once I did it. But definitely had some second thoughts before going into it. So I'm actually up where I started today, where I did Piggsvinet or the porcupine. But if you go the other way, there is a black one called the Drakberget DH, I think it's called, which is like Dubbelbranten DH. It's a black one, so I have no idea what's coming up, so I will be extremely careful. Okay, what's behind here then? Okay, yeah, this is for sure not the line because there's just a straight cliff there. And that's why you take it easy when you're doing a trail for the first time, because it could look like you're going on the trail, but you can just take a slight detour and all of a sudden you're going towards a cliff. So yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I find the actual route. Okay, so I've actually gone up all the way because I got it wrong pretty much straight away. And it's so hard tricky to tell when you haven't done the trail, and yeah, all these cliff faces, because they're all obviously exposed, so everything looks like a path. And some people have been like walking here and like walked up some walking paths, so I think that's one of them that I took basically. So that turn obviously was the correct one still, but here is where I should have turned right, where I just went straight. Okay, this looks slick. It's just rocks everywhere. And roots. Okay, that's not the trail. Oh man, that was so tricky. It's just wet roots, mud, and yeah, a bit of everything. And I got a really bad line as well, so I'm just gonna try to walk up it and try to see if I can get it a little bit better now. Just spot some lines and not just do it blind. Okay, it doesn't stop here apparently. Man, that is just wet roots, wet rocks and mud. Obviously got a whole lot easier when I yeah, could pick a line for there. And not, yeah, just guess coming down blind. But yeah, this is a really nice place to get down actually. This looks beautiful. Sometimes you really gotta stop and just appreciate the nature. But yeah, obviously that's not what this channel is about, but I'm just gonna enjoy this little moment because it's actually really beautiful here. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next trail. So next one is Grisryggen, or kinda the Piggsback. And this one is quite similar in terms of type of riding you get compared to Piggsvinet, the first one I did. But this one is a red, so it should be a little bit more technically difficult, but should be like similar style of riding along the rock face, which is so cool. Man, what a beautiful day it is. It's always a little bit windy and a little bit cold. So beautiful. I was a bit sketchy with the sun in my eyes. Couldn't really see properly there. I'm not doing this time. Hey, that's it, I think. I don't think it goes all the way down. But yeah, that's more fun. There were a few climbs, but number one, they weren't as bad as on the blue, and number two, yeah, it was a little bit more technical and flowing places. Yeah, didn't dare to go very fast because there were a few blind crests, so I obviously don't want to go too fast over them before I know what it is. A little bit hard to tell as well where the trail goes sometimes, but I'm actually at the next one now. So I did this red one before when I was going to, yeah, whatever the trail, Doggystyle I think it's called, where I had my crash. So I will do this one again. Should be a split somewhere, and I should be taking the left option. Just don't know exactly where that is. I have forgotten about that shoot, and just how gnarly it is today. It's just mud. Okay, I think wherever I was supposed to take off, I already missed that, so. But I don't mind actually doing a trail a second time, because obviously it feels a little bit better when you know the trail than doing everything blind. But yeah, reason I was going down all the way is because I'm heading for some lunch, but still some time after that to explore some more trails, but first I need a well-needed food break. Okay, back up to lunch, and we're not lighting up. We're gonna do a black one called Dubbelbranten, which means the double shoot. And this one, since it's a black, I thought I'd walk up this one and just make sure that I know what's coming up and lives up to the name. It is a double shoot, so you get what you ask for, I guess. And it starts already here. Okay, that's the first one. I do not trust this. I've learned from my mistakes previously today, so I'm not gonna go and try to get past that one. And here's the second shoot, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I think there's a steep bit still coming up. Yeah, this one is a little bit. Oh, it's not too bad. The name is because of the two first ones, for sure. So yeah, we're down. Had a little bit more speed than I wanted in the first one. I really tried to, and I felt like I managed to keep the speed down at first, but down the second shoot I got a little bit more speed than I wanted. Obviously, in the dry it would have been a lot grippier, but I'll take it for today. Next trail is another black one. This one is called Overwatch. Also a bit technical, a slab, and it's generally techy bits, like this one here. Okay, I was straight off the trail. I do not remember the corner being so sharp afterwards, but well, I didn't dab and I'm back on the trail. Okay, here's more of a slab. Just gonna creep into this one. Yeah, that little punchy climb is really tricky. You're coming from a tight little bit and then you need to climb up there. So yeah. But it's not like an important part or one part that I feel like I really need to clean up. Yeah, that's it. Well, two little funny moments. First one, and a reminder to anyone else doing this: do not drop that. Use it as a roll. From walking, I thought for sure like I had more time, or like, yeah, I just remembered, or from my imagination, there was more time to like land and brake than there actually was. So go a whole lot slower, like roll it more than what I did, and you'll make that corner fine. Still ended up okay. Still made it back onto the track. And that little climb, but I'm like, I can't be bothered with climbs. I don't care enough to try to clean them. I knew that I would struggle there. But other than that, happy. Some more technical bits that I did absolutely fine, so that's good. So now I'm jumping over to a blue trail called Trenduro. Seems like fun. A little bit of a case, but close enough for wind this weekend. Come on, come on. Yes. Sometimes I'm a little bit stubborn, like going super offline like in that corner and just forcing myself back onto the line. But yeah, no devs at least. It was a little bit tricky though, where it was really wet and muddy, but yeah, theme of the day, or this year, part of the year. I almost cleared the entire, like, well, it's not quite a gap, like it was super case friendly, but I almost landed all the way where you're supposed to, but yeah, so for being the first time, I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. So in last video, where I was here, one of the few trails that I managed to do was Preacher's Flow, the blue flow trail that I did, or kind of tech flow. There is one called Preacher's Anti-Flow, which is a black trail, and I've been walking up this one, and yeah, it lives up to its name. I can already say as well that it has a lot of techy climbs that I probably would just not bother with anyways. So if you're watching this and you feel like, oh, it's a lot of downhill on this one from the video, know that I will have cut out a lot of climbing on this one. So just to warn you guys that yeah, you don't watch this and think that it's mainly downhill from what I show on the video, basically. But have some cool downhill section as well. So beautiful today with the sun. It's really cleared up and become a nice sunny day. I think that's part of why it's gonna get so cold as well, because it's clearing up. Like this kind of stuff. Like I know, or like I can see the fun in those kind of challenges of climbing, but I just, like, to me it's not like worth the effort and energy to try to do it, basically. Here's one of those screw you sections of just rocks. Did not do that especially clean. Did not pick a good line there. Okay, that's actually really technical. Get that right. Oh man, it's so hard to commit to this one. It's so tight. It's like, just as I'm about to go, it feels good, but I don't have the speed. So I just guess I have to commit with some more speed. Okay, well, it goes, and that took way more attempts than it should have, but at least I did it. Okay, so for anyone riding this, here's one tree that, yeah, obviously is too big to move, so it could be good to know if you're doing this one that it is here. Oh, okay, well, that is it. I mean, this is one of those that I'll probably not repeat when I go here in the future, just because there's so many climbs and there's so much, like, yeah, I'm I'm riding to like ride downhill / enduro, like not pedaling, just riding down. And although it had a lot of fun sections that were downhill, a lot of tricky ones as well, it took me way longer than I would like to admit to get through that little passage into that chute. I would probably, I can just say that I would probably not include every attempt, but I think it was my 5th attempt that I did it. Like I said, I always want to be honest with my riding, even when it's not going too well. But yeah, some fun downhill sections, and it lives up to the name at least of being anti-flow, but yeah, it was fun to try out at least. So I'm on my way to Dubbelbranten now, and that's the next ride that I'm gonna do again, because it was fun. A little bit too close on that second shoot, but we made it. So you might wonder why I did that first roll twice, and it's because if you saw, there were, even in the first clip, there were a bunch of kids there, and kids are always curious, and that's a lot of fun. So there were a few of them that didn't see the first time of me rolling down there, so they basically asked me to do it again. If any other kids are watching, shout out to you guys. I don't know if they know English, but maybe. Yeah, it was a bit funny because I had a big group of 5-year-olds like watching me drop into that rock roll. Second one was a little bit like, went a little bit too close right and like clipped a small, luckily it was a small tree, but I clipped a tree on with my right side handlebar, but yeah, I'll take it, it's good enough. So yeah, all in all, a really good day. Like, I don't know, for some reason, like after the crash, I actually feel like I started to ride better, which is interesting. But I genuinely feel that way. Been a lot of sketchy moments today, a lot of dabbing, a lot of yeah, not clearing features maybe, but yeah, that's just how it is. I guess I don't want to like make it sound like, oh, no one else will be able to do this. Obviously a much better rider will be able to clear it fine in this weather as well, but for me it's really tricky in this weather, with the wet roots and wet leaves and mud and all that. So I've done my best to my ability at least, so yeah, gotta be happy with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Something that I also want to say is that if someone rides here often and knows all the trails, please give me a heads up on what trails to ride, because basically today a lot of the trails, although they like are indicating that they're going mainly downhill, and I guess they do as well, like Present the Flow, for example. When I watched that on Trail Forks, it looks like it's primarily downhill, but there's so much climbing in that one. Same with the Porcupine or the Piggsvinet, the first one I started with. So basically, if someone knows the area around here and watches this, please give me a heads up on what trails to do for next time, because I'm fine with it being like small downhills. It's all good. I don't really mind, because basically I don't mind small little like climbs and stuff like that. It's all fine, but yeah, when it's like 1 or 2 and they're not that severe, but basically I want to ride mainly downhill. I found some good ones today, and some that I really enjoyed, but yeah, if someone has a better view of, yeah, more trails that are similar to like Trenduro and Funduro and stuff like that, then please let me know, because that would be highly appreciated. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you guys in the next one, and yeah, take care.